Hi guys, let's get more news about Warriors. But first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Warriors trade energy around the NBA right now is nothing short of explosive, and Warriors fans everywhere are glued to their screens because the biggest question of the night has finally reached the breaking point. Will Jimmy Butler and Draymond Green play tonight? Or are the Warriors heading into this massive matchup without two of their toughest competitors? This story has taken over social media, sports talk shows, and fan discussions all day long, creating waves of speculation and confusion. But now, with the final decision officially dropping, the tension has reached a whole new level. Their Warriors organization has been extremely quiet for most of the day, choosing not to confirm anything until their medical and coaching staff had fully completed evaluations. On the other side, Jimmy Butler's situation has been circling the rumor mill for hours, leaving fans wondering whether he'll be ready to take the floor or forced to sit out yet another crucial showdown. And of course, Draymond Green, the heart, soul, fire, and emotional pulse of the Golden State Warriors, has been dealing with questions surrounding his availability as well. Tonight's game has gone from big to huge to absolutely season-shaping in just a matter of hours. As we inch closer to tip-off, fans outside Chase Center are gathering in massive numbers, waiting for any scrap of information. Social media has been flooded with videos showing reporters, cameras, and waves of supporters trying to get updates. This is no ordinary regular season game. It feels like a playoff atmosphere. Their Warriors are fighting for momentum in a brutally competitive Western Conference, and every game matters. But when you add the uncertainty of two veteran stars, especially players with the reputation and intensity of Butler and Draymond, the stakes climb even higher. Everyone knows what these guys bring. Butler with his playoff-level mentality, toughness, and leadership, and Draymond with his defensive IQ, communication, swagger, and ability to change the entire pace of a game without even touching the ball. These aren't just role players. These are emotional engines who can tilt the outcome of a matchup with their presence alone. The news surrounding Jimmy Butler has been one of the biggest shocks of the day. Reports surfaced early this morning that he was undergoing additional evaluations, sparking immediate fear among fans who were already worried about his status. Butler has been dealing with discomfort for the last few days. And while he played through pain in previous games, this time the medical staff wanted to be absolutely certain before clearing him. According to sources close to the team, he spent most of the afternoon in treatment, hydration routines, and monitored warm-ups. Coaches watched closely, analyzing whether his movement was limited, whether he could defend at full strength, and whether the risk of aggravating his condition was too high. Butler, known for his toughness, reportedly pushed hard to play, telling teammates he didn't want to sit out such an important matchup. But the coaching staff also knows that one wrong decision now could lead to weeks of missed action. Something the team cannot afford. That created a massive internal debate. Play him with restrictions or rest him and trust the rest of the roster. And then there's Draymond Green, the emotional heartbeat of the Warriors, the defensive anchor, the player who sets the tone every single time he steps on the court. His status became questionable late last night after reports indicated he was dealing with lingering soreness. Steve Kerr addressed it briefly this morning, saying the team would make the final decision after evaluating his pregame movement. Draymond, being Draymond, wanted to suit up no matter what. He has always been known for playing through pain, stepping onto the court when the Warriors need him most, and using his voice to anchor both ends of the floor. But this season has already tested the Warriors physically and mentally, and the coaching staff isn't willing to take unnecessary risks. His defensive presence is irreplaceable. His communication, leadership, and ability to guard every position are part of what makes him such a special player. Losing him would be a massive blow, especially in a matchup where the opponent's physicality demands toughness and discipline. For hours, Warriors fans tried reading into every sign, whether he was jogging normally during warm-ups, whether he was stretching without discomfort, and whether the medical staff looked calm or concerned. Every tiny detail seemed like a clue, and the anxiety only grew as game time approached. As the arena filled and the players began their warm-ups, the tension in the air was undeniable. Fans stood along the tunnel with their phones out, hoping to capture Butler or Draymond stepping onto the court. Commentators began speculating in real time, analyzing body language, posture, and whether or not they were taking part in full-speed drills. Even players from both teams seemed curious, occasionally glancing over to see if their opponent's stars were active. The dynamic of the entire game was hanging in the balance. A matchup featuring Jimmy Butler vs. their Warriors always steals headlines, but when you add a questionable Draymond Green into the mix, the drama reaches another level entirely. Finally, just moments before the official injury report dropped, a wave of murmurs spread through the arena as Draymond Green walked out onto the court in full uniform, taking light warm-up shots and stretching with teammates. The crowd immediately erupted. Fans cheered, clapped, and shouted his name. Even though he wasn't going full speed at first, the sight of him suited up was enough to send a message: Draymond wanted to play tonight. And barring a last-second change, he was going to. But the situation with Jimmy Butler took a surprising turn. Just before the final decision dropped, footage leaked of Butler walking slowly back toward the locker room, not participating in his normal warm-up routine. Reporters immediately began posting updates, and within minutes, the news became official. Butler would not play tonight. The medical staff ultimately decided the risk was too high and the team couldn't afford a long-term setback. The official report hit social media instantly and reactions were mixed. Some fans understood the decision, valuing his long-term health over one game. Others expressed frustration, knowing how crucial this matchup could have been for the momentum of the season. But regardless of opinion, the reality was set: Jimmy Butler would not take the floor tonight. Meanwhile, Draymond Green's status was finally confirmed as active. Their Warriors announced he would play with monitored minutes, but he was officially cleared to compete. This single update sent the crowd into another frenzy. With Draymond available, their Warriors would have their defensive anchor, their communicator, and their emotional leader ready for battle. And for a team looking to build momentum, this was absolutely crucial. As the players returned to the court for final warm-ups, the cheers grew louder. Curry flashed his signature smile, hitting a series of deep threes that ignited the building. Klay Thompson looked loose, bouncing on his toes, stretching, and preparing for a high-intensity game. The team felt energized, focused, and ready to capitalize on the moment. And while the other side would be missing Jimmy Butler, that only added to the Warriors' urgency. They wanted to start strong, maintain pressure, and make a statement. Tonight's matchup carries more weight than just a win or loss. It's about momentum, chemistry, belief, and the identity of a team fighting to rise again. Draymond's presence is the spark the Warriors needed, and Butler's absence shifts the balance dramatically. As the cameras pan across the arena, and the countdown to tip-off begins, one thing becomes clear. This game will still be an emotional, intense, and unforgettable showdown. The final decision is official. Jimmy Butler is out. Draymond Green is in. And for the Warriors, the mission is simple. Protect home court, play with heart, and seize the opportunity. As the crowd roars and the players step onto the court, the story of the night has been written. Now it's time to see who delivers when the lights shine brighter.